Nation, and welcome back to Bulldog Nation News as we come to you live for the first time in the 2014 school year.
It's great to be back, Ethan.
It sure is. We have a lot to cover in today's show.
Yeah, we sure do. Stay tuned as we cover all the athletics in Bulldog Nation. Check out some of the new stuff our campus has received this year, and here's some special freshman advice from our upperclassmen here at BHS.
Alright, let's kick things off by sending it over to Nick Salas and Andy Zimmerman for the sports coverage. Guys?
Thanks, Ethan. I'm Nick Salas here with my partner Andy Zimmerman. We're bringing you all the news from the Bulldog Nation Athletic Department.
That's right, Nick. Let's kick it off by talking about our Bandera football team that's off to a 3-1 start to the season.
After falling to San Antonio Christian 2 weeks ago, the Bulldogs bounced back strong last week against Comfort to become the first Bandera team to start 3-1 since 2009.
Now let's hear about the Bulldogs' thoughts on the win and the upcoming challenge against Lytle.
I think we played extremely well on all three phases of the game. We did not turn the ball over, and when you don't turn the ball over, good things happen. But I think the biggest thing we learned from the SAC game is how you prepare is how you play. And we had a wonderful week of practice going into the Comfort game. So that's probably the biggest thing. The exciting thing about it is we really felt like that ball game was going to let us know where we stood.
It feels great to be off to a 3-1 start. Hopefully we can make that 4-1 before district and give us great momentum going into district play against Fred. So it was awesome. To all the fans coming out to tonight's game, just get rowdy, get loud, wear blue, and as the crazy bald man always says, get your popcorn ready.
The Bulldogs will face off against Lytle for homecoming night at 7:30.
Come out and support the Bulldogs. Be loud, stay late, and wear blue.
Before we move on, let's take a look at the Bulldogs' top 10 players for the first 4 games.
Now let's head over to the Bulldog and Lady Bulldog cross-country teams to hear about their success thus far and their goals for this season.
Junior Gerald Elizondo is off to a hot start for the Bulldogs, winning first place at the UTSA cross-country meet last weekend. Additionally, the Lady Bulldogs brought first place as a team at the meet.
It was an unbelievable feeling because this is the first actual time that I've been racing without summer and everything, and it's just been great and unbelievable feeling. I think it means a great deal for the team. We saw our competitors Bernie, and we kind of know where we're ranked at the moment. So I think we're just going to use that just to train harder and try to get ahead of Bernie the next time and try to finish first.
I think the freshmen that came up from middle school kind of helped us out overall as a team because of the seniors that we lost last year, and also the addition of Alan and Ty. They're also seniors that didn't run last year, so I think that helped a lot.
I feel like our district's going to be pretty tough with the addition of Lytle and like the removal of Wimberley, but I think it'll take a lot of hard work if we want to get to regionals.
For the team, we are planning on winning district again and regionals again, and hopefully be on the middle stand at state.
Well, you're always hoping that's the case. Right now, we are on line to, I would say, have a a highly successful year again. We're hoping to win a seventh straight district title. We would like to repeat as regional champions. We'd like to be on the award stand at the state meet, but those are all goals that we have, and hopefully we have the ability, the tenacity, the work habits, the self-discipline to make that happen.
Great stuff from our Bulldog Nation cross-country runners so far this season.
Now let's check out the progress of our Lady Bulldog volleyball team that will be starting the district season tonight at home against the Fredericksburg Billies.
I think homecoming will affect us by giving us a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and I hope that my team doesn't get distracted, but we're going to stay on course and hopefully get a win against Fred tonight.
I think we're going to do really good and we have a good chance. Fred's going to be a challenge this Friday, but we've worked hard and we deserve to go to playoffs, so I think we can do it.
In district play, we're going to line up really well. We're going to have a couple of tough matches. We're going to have Fredericksburg on Friday, which will be a tough opponent, but after scouting them, we will line up with them and match up with them really well. It should be a very good match, and hopefully we'll win.
Be sure to come out and support the Lady Bulldogs tonight prior to the Bulldog football game at 7:30.
That's going to do it for the coverage of the athletic department.
I'm Nick Sellis.
And I'm Andy Zimmel. Back to you, Ethan and Brady.
Thanks, Andy. Be sure to come out and support our Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs tonight.
Yeah, now let's head over to the Bulldog Band to check out the new uniforms they received for this season.
How long has it been since the band has got new uniforms?
We get new uniforms usually every 10 to 12 years. It's been 12 years since we got new uniforms.
Wow. What was wrong with the old ones?
Just getting old. And we lose sizes because we have to fit different people. That's all.
Are the students reacting positively to the new uniforms?
So far, it's been great.
I like the new band uniforms because they look nicer and they're new, but they're more difficult to put on because they zip in the back instead of the front.
I like the new band uniforms because everybody loves new things, but they have I think the blue is more Bulldog blue, and they make everybody look sharp because they're tighter and they make everybody look taller. Because our new uniforms add so much versus what they were last year, like the gauntlets, the gloves. It's awesome. I love the way they look. So.
Our Bulldog Band is looking great in those uniforms, and they sound great too.
They sure do. Now let's take a look at the new athletic periods that have been added to the master schedule this year.
The freshman boys had their own athletic class 6th period, while the soccer team has their own 7th period athletic class.
It'll benefit the freshmen a lot having their own period, just because usually the freshmen end up being with the varsity and the JV, and it can be kind of intimidating sometimes for the freshmen coming over from the junior high where they're kind of the big dogs, coming over to the high school where everything's new, and here they get to have 5 coaches to pretty much to themselves. The off season ends up having 2, and the football kids have 3, and then we switch another day. The off season will have 3, and the football kids will have 2, and then once we change seasons, it'll help a lot just to have that individualized instruction in pretty much everything we do, from weightlifting to running, basketball, soccer, whatever the case is. It's just going to help a lot. They seem like they like it, as compared to last year when the freshmen were in the actual athletic period. It was a lot different. They weren't quite sure where to go a lot of the time, and now with having us as coaches there, it helps them a lot to better understand things right off the bat instead of having to kind of follow a lead. On the other hand, it did help sometimes having the older guys there to kind of force them into learning things quickly. As us with coaches, we try to have them do that, but it doesn't always work. But overall, I think they've enjoyed it.
The idea actually came from the students and their parents when they approached me about the idea of a soccer period. Apparently all the other schools in our district have a soccer period because of facility issues. So when they came to me about it, I decided, okay, I'll go ahead and put it in the works and see how the administration feels about it. It's going to be pretty much the same. The only difference is now, instead of trying to perform soccer practice during school on a baseball field with baseball going on, we actually have facilities, which will be the practice field, and we can actually have more space. But other than that, it's going to be the exact same.
The new athletic classes will certainly benefit both groups. We definitely look forward to watching the soccer program grow in the 2014 school year.
For sure, Ethan. Now let's head over to the science department to take a look at the cool new 3D printer in Mr. Zavorka's room.
This is Mr. Zavorka 3D printer.
This is an engineering class that this 3D printer is for, and they're working on a variety of concepts, and basically we're dealing with math and some of the basic concepts of engineering. When we get to the 3D printer, hopefully they'll be able to program widgets, gadgets, toys, game parts, stuff like that, as they see a need for it for whatever assignment they have or what they've decided to decide.
Do you know of any other schools that have a 3D printer?
Yes, the information we got on which printer to buy, so we didn't have to do a whole bunch of research, was from Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg has a few of these, or they have multiple 3D printers. They had advised, the gentleman in Fredericksburg advised using the replicator tube to start out with because it's a lot more user-friendly than some of.
We're definitely going to have to check out that new printer, Brady.
For sure, Ethan, but first, let's see what Ms. Stewart has to say about some new textbooks that our campus has received for this year.
The biggest difference between anatomy books from last year's and this year's, I love these, they're great. They have some really great study aids in them. There's flashcards and all kind of things that they can access online, games to play, and great ways to review. But, you know, as a teacher, my favorite part of having a new textbook is it keeps me sharp, because I have to constantly, you know, be ahead of students, and I have to be using it myself, and it just keeps me fresh. So that's my favorite.
It's great to see our teachers and students excited about these new textbooks.
It sure is, Brady. Now, before we get to coverage of the homecoming festivities Wednesday night, let's go over some freshman advice from our BHS upperclassmen.
I would say, you know, you're in high school now, you got to keep your priorities straight, get pumped at the pep rallies.
Student sections are an excellent place to make friends. I mean, having fun is going hard, you know what I mean? Like Biggie Smalls said.
My freshman advice is to stay on your grades right now, because you don't want to turn into 77th in your class.
Work hard and make good grades so you can go to college, and stay out of the way of seniors, and don't make out in the hallways.
Don't ever talk back to Coach Goldman, especially when he's in a bad mood.
Awesome stuff from our leaders here at the high school.
Now for our last segment, let's check out some footage from the homecoming parade from Wednesday night.
It's riding next to Mr. Bitsky on horseback and seeing a sea of blue in town and seeing you here. That's what Bulldog Nation is. Mr. Bitsky and Ms. Howe sent me a text message today, said, look, Coach Sine, you're 0-1 on homecoming. If you don't take care of business, we're going to run you out of here. I said, okay, listen. So we had a really, really good practice all week today, and the guys are ready to go, okay? So homecoming, we're ready to go. We're going to take on 4-0 Lytle. Lytle has picked to win the game by 2. We need you in the stands, okay? We also need you in the victory line outside the Bulldog before.
All right, Bulldog Nation, that's going to do it for our first broadcast of the year.
And what a great one it was, Brady. Just remember, I'm Ethan George.
And I'm Brady Keene. And this is Bulldog Nation News.